Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy DJ McCree of Track MPNT, and today we're going to be talking about the MPC Touch, the return of the king. Now, there's a lot of real interesting controversy has came about this particular this particular. I don't know if we could call it a hybrid MIDI controller via beat machine. But you know, the MPC in general was one of the first, if not one of the best beat machines made by Roger Lynn, and now it's grown into something other than that. And you know, people have an issue with it. But let's talk about the MPC Touch in general is now. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna get into it. As you can see, that is, if you're used to seeing the 2000 and any of the other MPCs in the past, this is a huge step up, different look in general. And you know, and the MPC, what the MPC did very well versus like everything in the market for a long time is the fact that, you know, the simplicity of being able to sequence and, you know, being able to hook other devices up to it, record into a sample. You know, it was the whole shebang. It was like a centerpiece for many people's studios. You know, now that we're living in the 2000s in like just 2015, and not even further down the future, which will be, it's going to be crazy about the stuff that's going to happen. You never know. But you know, DAWs have ran across. You know, you got stuff that is that you could just slap on your laptop, and most people just don't even use MIDI controllers or anything like that. And this in particular, you know, this kind of pioneered like what today's DAWs are basically used for, and you know, just how in terms of functionality. But it's kind of lost its pepper. So what Akai is doing now is just kind of like trying to get back their audience, especially like their hip hop audience, which, you know, was their main buyers, and you know, kind of just like rekindle the spirit of how music is made. And you know, imagine on top of, you know, just keeping the fun, what made it to be fun to have a MPC in the first place. And for the most part, this is not out. By the way, I don't know if the people even know, but it's not out or whatnot. and in the retrospect to that, they actually, and one of the bigger controversies about it is that it's not standalone. Now, you know, in today's music, as far as production, you know, laptops are very much essential, and you know, you can literally just have a laptop. You know what I'm saying? You really don't need MIDI controllers or whatnot, unless, you know, you kind of grew up playing on keyboards and beat machines. You know, most people that, you know, or just like to have fun making music, or their personal preference, use like MIDI controllers. But for the latter part, there's a lot of people that don't use MIDI keyboards to make their music. They're just full hands-on touching, and as far as creating and stuff like that, which brought apart the idea of the MPC Touch. I presume they actually kind of just paid attention to the audience. But yeah, the standalone, people was wondering like, is it no standalone? Oh no, it doesn't stand alone. That's not worth it. No, today's music is, you know, it's an option. So why not roll with that? You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense to have something stand alone when majority of the audience of the people that are making music are creating music with just laptops, because laptops in all are strong enough to do just about everything, or actually more than your MPCs of the past. So why not? I don't get it. It's a weird argument. So it's not even really an argument because it's pointless. But yeah, they've been recruiting other, you know, people to kind of promote their stuff. Obviously, they have Metro Boomin, which was, to me, honestly, a great move. I don't know how efficient he is with this so far. From the overall video whatnot I got from it, it just looked like, you know, they played Jumpman in the background, and then they had him just like touching stuff. It wasn't, there was no creating in it. However, it was a smart move because, and this is why, because Metro Boomin is far more popular, and he's using another DAW that is far more popular than the Akai's MPC stuff right now. So why not try to convert him over to this machine and kind of convert the audience, right? So that was the aim. There was a lot of controversy on that. A lot of people went to Twitter and blatantly disrespected Metro Boomin. I was just like, whoa, I did not know he had so many haters. But you know, I mean, he's not like, the MPC is not his main tool. So, and it's kind of obvious because it don't show him making or creating a track on there. They just show him, as you see, it's like girls and stuff. It's kind of insulting. I see the insult in this print video because, you know, he just kind of gives his input, doesn't really show like his technique and tools and technique and skills using the Akai or using a MIDI keyboard controller at all. But you know, that was a very, very interesting move, and the main reason why a lot of people are kind of attacked is because, you know, you got Needles, which is a legendary DMV producer that has done plenty of stuff, multi-platinum, all that. And you know, in his MPC Touch video, he actually makes a track on it, and you know, it's much more performance wise and all that. So kind of the skill set is kind of different, you know, and the aim was different on that. But you know, this is just to show people the other part, I can't even say it, perspective, which basically, if you're thinking about it, you know, Needles represents the hardcore MPC users, the people that use the 2000s like me, and you know, the 4000s, the 3000s, and you know, even the MPC 60s. I wonder if I said MPC, MPD, been mixing up. But anyways, oh well if I did or did not. But you know, Needles is basically showing that, and he actually shows like how the new sampler works, how you can actually kind of just touch the screen, and he's showing it right now. And he's, you know, automatically time stretch stuff. You can actually, you know, chop stuff up within there and assign it within there. He's showing the basic power of this. So this is going to be very good. Pricing is pretty much the thing right now. I believe it's going to probably be $700-800 when it's released in November, which is probably a very smart strategy that that Akai is doing, because obviously this is going to be the holiday season. People are going to want it, more access to money. People are going to spend money, so you know, they're going to be able to sell it, and then they're counting this on the brand. So this is pretty much the make or break part, because the MPC Renaissance really didn't get it. There was a lot of mixed reviews for the Renaissance, you know, and you know, the community is kind of split. You know, you still got people that really want to use this. You know, you got people that are that are kind of just like stubborn, and they feel that that like software doesn't have the power of like the standalone hardware of the MPC. That stuff doesn't add a certain amount of kick punch to your beats and stuff like that. Just kind of unaware. But that's kind of gonna be like the job of like Akai or people like Needles or other producers that have like great knowledge of their product, and you know, and knowledge of music, and that can tell you, hey, you know, you can use a lot of things, a lot of tools. And to be quite frank, they have Arab music, which is a performance monster on the MPC. That's his choice and whatnot. So you know, they're doing great things in terms of marketing in their product. And you know, I was halfway sold until I looked at the price, and then I thought to myself, why would I get this? Like, that's where Akai needs to really kind of focus on giving people, answering the why. Why is it better than FL Studio? Why is it better than Logic? Why is it better than Reason? You know, why is it better than Ableton Live? Why would everybody want to convert over from this to that? You know, because the nostalgia in products now, you know, it's worn off for most people. I mean, I have an MPD-32. I sold my 2000 years ago because, you know, it was limited, you know. and there was some things that could do. Now, from what I've seen and what I've observed, there's really not much new. You're just kind of getting into the nostalgia of the workflow of the MPC, and that's not nearly enough, but it's awesome. It's cool. It's kind of like a cool thing. You know, people kind of knock other people for that using DAWs, especially if you use like FL Studio. Of it, oh well, you use that. It's not hard to do, and blah blah blah. You know, so I don't know. You know, that's kind of like that's a notch up, but for the most part, people don't care what other people think. It's about the results, you know, and you know they're gonna have to really aim at probably tutorials. I think they need to have people like just to test it out and have the right kind of knowledge to make people want to get it, and they'll sell a lot more. In terms of functionality of their DAW of their own DAW that's coming with most of their products, fantastic. They are really starting to get the whole entire software industry, as well as like the key things that make them like they're quantizing options, which are always going to be superior to every DAW that's out right now. It's always been their strong suit, because you know the MPC ran off of software. You know, and a lot of people they forget that it was an OS built inside of it by Akai, or I can't think of the original company's name that made the actual software for Akai. But yeah, I mean, it's so much cool stuff that I mean, it's awesome looking. The only thing that turns me off is the price point, but I mean, it seems very fair to what music is to what they're offering in terms of like their functionality and whatnot. So you know, I really can't knock that. Only thing I could say in general is that you know it's an NPC. No, I'm going through the demo. I went through this in the beginning, but you know, there's things that people really want that it adds. You know, I know I've been touching a lot of and I'm about to just sum it up here. I've been touching a lot of the new NPC pads. I'm not a fan of none of them. Matter of fact, the MPD32. I didn't really like the pads on it because they weren't thick enough, like the 2000 and the more of the independent standalone machines. This one looks like it's thick, like the pads are thick. I don't know if they're square pads or whatnot. And what I mean by that is that the MPD32 had circles on the back of it, meaning that you couldn't touch every part of each pad and actually get a trigger. Like it wouldn't trigger unless you was touching almost the center of the pad, even if you changed the pad sensitivity. So I'm pretty sure they already looked up and corrected that and went back to the old school pads. The pads are much rougher on the newer ones. I know a lot of people that they don't really would know or care to even think about stuff like that. But you know, me pressing on pads for years and stuff like that, I know what feels good and what doesn't. So hopefully, you know, they're gonna kind of change that as well with this release. But anyway, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to talk about, you know, my concerns about this and, you know, the community's concerns about the MPC Touch, because, you know, I really want it. You know, I'm probably not going to get it release day or whatever, but, you know, when time comes, I'm going to check it out at Guitar Center or Sam Ash or, you know, any local venue that sells it, or, you know, authorized dealer that has it on display. So anyways, support DJ Ad McCree. If you like this video, give it a like. If you have any comments, concerns, let's talk about this, guys, because you know this is something even us FL Studio users are inquired about. And I can tell y'all firsthand about Akai products in general, because I was a Akai head for many years, still is if you count my PD32. But you know, if you have any questions about this, you know, I'm pretty sure I've read it enough as far as my, you know, knowledge, old school knowledge and new school knowledge, and you know, let's discuss. Hey, share your concerns. What would you care? Would you buy it? Would you check it out? And if this is your first video that you've seen by me, check out other videos. I try to do good discussion videos as much as possible and try to make it more interesting. I kind of took feedback from everybody, so we can actually talk about this. So yeah, let's check it out, because I darn sure I really want it. I mean, the beat maker in me always would want something like this. I want to see what makes this better, so I can actually talk about it and give this props, because Akai does great work. So, but this is your first video that you've seen by me, subscribe, check it out, check me out, check more of my videos out. And this is DJ McCree with Trap ENT. This is my social media links. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And we are out.